Hello, well thanks for tuning into our latest weather outlook for the week ahead. And I can tell you straight away that the weather in the coming days is going to be very typical for a British summer. So yes, quite changeable with some rain at times. I do want to emphasise the word some rain because there'll be plenty of sunny spells in between the weather fronts that are heading our way. And you can see them on the forecast here through the week as we speed up the days as they go ahead. Low pressures to the north, this daisy chain of weather fronts heading our way, and the high pressure with the hotter weather typically to the south. So let's have a look at the here and now. We have a weak weather front through the early hours just clearing to the east of the UK. Just ahead of it, some warmth and humidity. So morning temperatures will be hovering around 15, 16, maybe even 17 Celsius. But out towards the west, look at that, Belfast, 8 degrees. And that's because the much fresher Atlantic air has arrived. So for most of us, Tuesday is going to be a bright day with scattered fair weather clouds, occasional showers, brisk winds in the northwest, quite fresh too, but we're just hanging on to some of that warmth, residual warmth and humidity across East Anglia and the southeast. Notice the temperatures around 25, whereas we've got the teens across many western areas of the UK. Now midweek, a low pressure will come very close to Scotland. Quite a few pressure lines here, these isobars, so that means brisk winds gusting to maybe 30 or 40 miles an hour, so quite strong for the time of the year. Elsewhere, I think bright spells with just a few showers here and there, and your best bet for sunshine, I think, along the southern and eastern coasts of the UK. And the temperatures, very typical for the time of the year. 18 in Glasgow, but remember brisk winds and showers at about the low 20s for London and for Norwich. So that's midweek. Let's have a look at Thursday now. One low pressure clears away to the north. This next one here in the Atlantic and weather fronts heading our way. Now I have to say at this stage there is a lot of uncertainty from about Thursday onwards. Yes, we think the prevailing winds will be westerly or southwesterly, so pushing in a fair amount of cloud and the possibility of rain, more widespread rain for a time, maybe not quite reaching Scotland. So it's the southern half of the UK that's more likely to get the rain end of the week. Now if we're not too sure about this area of rainfall on Thursday, then what follows behind into Friday becomes even more uncertain. But the broad message is that our weather will be coming in out of the west rather than the south. So again, no heat wave anticipated. It's going to be mostly westerlies. And when we get westerlies, we often have cloud and showers, but also a bit of warmth with that. And the temperatures will be low 20s in the south, about the high teens in the north. So bang on average for the time of the year. So that's the week. How about the weekend? You may have some plans. Well, that typical British summer continues. You can see from the weather icons, quite changeable here, but actually relatively warm in some southern areas. Temperatures will be, for example, in London, hovering around the mid-20s, so not too bad. Further north, admittedly, fresher, but you'd expect that around 18 degrees. And then beyond the weekend and into next week, again, I think it's a similar pattern. We have the remnants of tropical cyclones or hurricanes out in the Atlantic by that stage fizzling away, but that does tend to disrupt the normal flow of weather systems across our neck of the woods. So for now, just stay tuned. It is a bit of a mixed bag.